So just continuing to move through this week's series of videos talking about the emotional spectrum that we're navigating as leaders at the moment. And what I'm going to talk about today is sitting with discomfort, this particular experience that we've always had from time to time of leaders, of being with someone when they are expressing really deep founded emotional trauma or just an overwhelm, and our role as leaders is to be with them and is to help them navigate that time. And this is never something that I've been particularly good at. I've tried hard, I've invested time and energy trying to get better at this, but far too often I've fallen into the trap of just wanting to make it better, of wanting to fix it, because that's what people who help do, right? We just flick a switch and fix it. Obviously, that's not how it works. But I've been through my own journeys with emotion, with emotional trauma, with grief, with emotional overwhelm, and I'm learning. I hope I'm getting better as a leader at essentially just staying with people. And that's exactly what Dr. Adam Fraser recommends. And the conversation that I had with him just last week, that's going to be broadcast on Friday, he really talked prominently about this, about essentially how bad we are as a species, but particularly as leaders, at sitting with discomfort, to quote his particular phrase. And essentially what we need is a system, or process, or as a researcher, of course, he would describe a model that allows us to do this in a far more efficient way. And I'll allow him, and I really recommend that you tune into his depiction of how to do this in the Better World Leaders conversation that's coming up on Friday. But just very quickly today, this is the model. It's called the 4 H's. And it's really a beautiful model and depiction for how to sit with someone and the journey that you go through to help them navigate particularly powerful emotions. So it all starts with the heart. And the heart really is just about sitting with someone, allowing them to express what they're going through, and then empathizing with them as deeply and sincerely as you can. Then you can move to the head and to give some kind of logical, somewhat, sort of formulated response, and perhaps some guidance, perhaps a suggestion, perhaps a particularly well-timed question to again elevate their thinking and enable them to start to progress with their emotions. From there we come to the hands, and this is all about doing, but particularly this is about them doing, and it's about helping them reach a point of commitment to taking action, even if that action is just one very small, gentle, kind step to help them move with their emotions. And the final one is hurrah, this crucial celebratory step that follows the action, and is, no matter how small an action is being taken, to stop and to celebrate it with them, and to give them the reassurance and the confidence that they can go on, and they can come back to the heart, and then go to the head, and then back to the hands. So if any of this stuff that I'm discussing this week is something that you're experiencing, then firstly, listen to the conversation with Adam that's coming just tomorrow on Better World Leaders. Secondly, get in touch with someone, with a friend, with a confidant, someone that you may have worked with on this stuff before. By all means, get in touch with Adam. He's running some webinars at the moment. There are links to those in our feeds to talk about all of this, but also get in touch with us. Okay, we have experience with this kind of challenge, especially for leaders. Mel Lipkowitz in Adelaide is an absolute genius when it comes to emotional intelligence. Sue Glendenning in Melbourne is one of the best coaches I've ever met when it comes to managing emotion. And Shane McNulty in Sydney has recently taken on another emotional intelligence sort of capability to help leaders understand where they're at with their emotional intelligence. And I've done a little bit of this stuff too. So if you need help, I hope there'll be some suggestions there that you'll be able to find a way to get some. If any of the ideas I've covered today have been of interest, you can find more of these messages at 4ileadership.com/insights or search Tim Collings on YouTube. And if you like, subscribe to get the daily broadcast in your YouTube feed.